cow.
We're working on it. Daisy, you're
live.
We're live, so we have to have sophisticated conversation now.
We're having big people conversations, at least junior high level conversation. So hey everybody, as y'all jump on, I know that everybody's been waiting on us. We've just been building the anticipation, making sure that y'all were refreshing your feeds over and over for what, like 40 minutes? Yeah, 40 minutes. We have wonderful, wonderful guests with us today. And one of them is Daisy Sabache. What? Hey, Daisy. Welcome. And Mama Emily. Hello, Mama Emily.
No, not Sabache.
Emily?
Sabache. I'm right here in Daisy Sabache.
Yeah.
Daisy Sabache.
I like the way you say your name.
Dad is in the kitchen eating.
That's Dad. I like to hear that. Shout out to Dad for cooking, right? Way to go, Dad. Dad gets a trophy when he cooks, right?
Yes, he's my dad.
Cool. Well, we are going to talk about camp music today. So we've been talking for 3 days now about camp and how it can be, life can be like summer camp, right? So every week we go out to camp in the summer, and then we come back home and then we're super bummed out. I don't know. Do y'all remember that feeling coming home after camp?
It can be.
Holly Long is on here. Hey, Holly. I bet you remember coming back from camp.
Right. It's kind of a bummer, isn't it? When you get back home from camp and you're like all sad and depressed and you kind of sleep for the rest of the weekend.
Miss all my friends.
Miss all your friends. Right. And then there's this question that emerges as you go back to school or as you see your friends. Can life be like summer camp? Can I take what I've done here and the things that I love about this place we call camp, and can I make them happen in the real world? It's a difficult thing, but we can do it. We can do it with kindness. We can do it with all the things that we've identified so far. One of those was silliness. I know that Emily knows how to be silly. I bet Daisy knows how to be silly too.
Silly.
Mm-hmm. You do like it.
Yes. Yes. Great silly face, Daisy. Daisy, you're ready for camp. Show camp how to be silly. And then Mary knows how to be silly with a silly face.
My
Pretty good silly face. Yes.
I want to try Daisy's.
Ah.
That's what my cousin do.
Oh, your cousin showed you that.
It's a good silly face.
Right.
Cousin here.
Oh, I think Daisy's the star of the show so far.
100%, and I'm okay with it.
Daisy should have been here every night. All right, so we talked about silliness the first night, Daisy. The next night we talked about community. That means like family and cousins like you're talking about, and making a community each and every week. And tonight we're talking about what's behind me here.
What's
make some
behind
music
CJ?
noise for me, Daisy, while I play the guitar? He's still doing the silly face. It's really great. Tonight we're talking about camp music. And Daisy, your mom is a really great musician. She sings really wonderfully and plays the guitar. Daisy, does your mama ever play the guitar for you? She does?
I said Friday when my mom played the guitar like that can't wait to be king.
Oh, just can't wait to be king. Can you play that song, Emily?
We just looked up the chords tonight, so yes, I can play it.
Ooh.
That was the
Perfect.
song tonight.
That's a favorite. Yeah, no doubt.
Daisy and I have been playing music, not as much as I would like, but this is her guitar. That she has.
Who's on her guitar? Some friends.
That's the guitar.
What, Mary?
I said, who's on her guitar?
You remember who this is on your guitar?
Yes. Those are my cousins. Those are not my cousins.
Everybody's family, Emily.
You remember who that is? That we watch that occasionally. Fancy.
I don't know this name.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, okay. No, we don't remember things very well.
So can you play something on that, Emily?
No, I have not tuned this.
They go
I have-
this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, you wanna play it? When we play together, it takes me back to my days of Special One
Go
with Lannon. I forgot his
Oh.
last.
Yeah. Still doing the silly face and playing the guitar. I'm telling you, she's got to be out at Camp Bratton-Green.
Daisy, can you do this one?
Oh, don't look too close. Can we zoom in there?
Because it's too easy. Only I can do this. I'm
Oh.
Where's my sister?
Nose wiggle. Oh, look at the sister in the mirror. That's great. Wow. Hey, Annie. Hey, it's Annie's birthday.
It's Annie's birthday.
Happy birthday, creepy mirror, Annie. All right, so we're having way too much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tonight, the night we're talking
All
about
right,
silly,
let's
I
get
think.
back on topic here. So this is what I want to know, Daisy. I want to know from your mom. I want to know when she first started playing the guitar.
Okay, hold on. We're answering some questions.
I'm talking about lily faces like this.
Hey,
Oh, we're talking about that, and we're talking about the guitar.
wait, remember that we talked about if you don't sit quietly, you might have to go out there with Daddy. Okay.
Hey, Mary, look out! There's Mama.
Okay. So, I first started playing the guitar.
Can you do this side?
Okay, you can make faces, but you can't make sounds. I first started playing the guitar sometime in high school. I don't remember exactly when, but I got a baby Taylor guitar,
Mhm.
and
I remember that guitar.
because that was maybe 8th or 9th grade, and I think I would bring it to camp and kind of play some. But I really started playing when my senior year in high school, and Chris Robinson asked me to do his happening music. So that was like that's really, I feel like, when I started leading guitar at camp.
Yeah, when you got like serious about it.
Yep.
So did you play it at camp? Who were the musicians that were at camp when you were coming up?
Oh, just all my girl crushes. So the first one was Jason Woodcock, and then after that it was Patrick. No, it was on, but it was Andrew McMillan, but Patrick and then Gray Dixon, and then Hunter Gates. And so my biggest memory of music is when Andrew, Gray, and Patrick were all on together, and they would play in the chapel at night. And those are just some of my strongest influences from the camp music world is their sessions.
Yeah, no doubt. So we all grew up around the same time, so we remember those times fondly as well. And I'm thinking of I haven't thought of Hunter Gates in a while, but I used to love listening to Hunter sing. You remember the Matthew song? Do you remember him singing that one?
Yes.
He would do that one really well.
One
Shout out to Hunter wherever you are out there, brother.
No, Hunter.
Mary, what about you? Who do you remember any other musicians from that day, or any big memories from camp music?
So I didn't start going to camp as a camper. I started with DOIs in 7th grade. So just remembering being on staff after high school, and CJ and Emily, you two were ones that always stood out to me just because the way you can make your sound fill that chapel. And CJ, you sang, what was it? Dream On one time, I think at a Chuck session. Yeah, that seems right. And woo, I know it's not a camp song, but it was a memorable experience. And,
I don't think I
Patrick
could pull
and
that
Jason.
off. I think it was the youthful vocals that allowed me to pull that off. I don't think I could anymore.
Maybe.
I
I heard you attempt it not long ago, and you were pretty
gasp.
good.
And especially if I'm doing physical challenges of any kind, whether it be vocal cords or anything else. Yeah. So Emily, back to you. Y'all doing okay over there?
Good.
Right on. So the next question I had was your favorite. So we're talking about the camp songbook. And anybody that's on with us right now, we can see your comments. leave us your favorite song from the. Whoa! Look at that songbook.
Oh,
That
wow.
It's been through so much. You got notes in your songbook?
Yeah, this is the camp songbook from like a million years ago, and I don't know if you can see it. This is a stain from where one of the tea candle things,
Uh-huh.
Ah,
wax like melted on it or leaked
Wow.
through, and it's like every page has that mark on it.
that's awesome. That is the most authentic thing.
But yeah, it's been through it, and so this is number one.
Yeah. Do you have one in there that's like, you can't even see it anymore because you've used it so much? Like, what is your favorite camp song? That's the real question.
Oh, that I have been thinking about, and I don't have an answer to that because there's just so many.
Well,
But
what about like top three?
I think that the one that came to mind was I remember vividly like the first 2 years as a camper, people crying on the last night of camp and stuff, and I was like, la la la, what is the big deal? And then so my first session and I think it was Patrick Gray and Andrew playing. The first session that I cried the last night of camp was to Lord I Want to Shine in the chapel, and they started strumming that song, and I just like burst into tears and didn't know what was happening to me. So that one stuck out to me as a I don't know, a favorite, I guess, but one that really had an impact on me for some reason at that age. But no, you can. I was also there's no ma'am. But I was trying to see if this one had 110 Soldier in it, because there were like versions of songbooks where we had songs and then they went away, and I remember 110 Soldier being one of the first ones I would learn how to play.
Yeah.
But it's no longer in the songbook. LMNO.
I think Jason still has a copy of it. I don't know if we had the copyright to really do it, so I think that it got taken out.
Emily, while you're looking at that, Claire White wanted us to know that her favorite camp song is Garden Song. And she put it in all caps. She loves it. Lots of heart emojis and exclamation points. I'm lying. She said, not Garden Song in all caps.
That's always the one that Chris Robinson requests too, Garden Song.
Yeah, well, that's Chris Robinson. You want me to? He's here.
Hey, look, y'all. Best line in the camp songbook: "We are made of dreams and bones." Come on, think about that one. That's deep.
Dreams.
That's a good
Dreams.
I
And
don't know
Graham
if
Ford.
I ever played that song while I was on permanent staff. Maybe
Yeah.
once, but
of all like the folky, like 60s, like cheesy songs, it tops them. It's great. It's really wonderful.
Graham Ford wants us to talk about the origin of the Come Away song sounds, but let's not, because that's a never-ending conversation.
It's interesting because it's a question for Walton Jones, but Walton always says he never meant to do what happened, right? He just wanted to do something silly one time and it stuck for 20 years. So, he says he's not responsible for it, that camp is. You know what occurs to me is that, like you said, Lord, I Want to Shine. And that song is one that in the chapel, when everybody's singing that song together, it's amazing. I mean, it's like camp, it sounds so good to hear all of camp singing that song. And then the second thought that I have is, how is it that we've never recorded all of camp singing a song in the chapel? Just, it sounds so great. I wish that I could hear it right now. I mean, the part of what I'm lacking this summer is that experience of singing a song with everybody at camp, because I love it. And I just want to share, I think Emily's going to share a song with us in just a minute, but I want to share one of my favorite camp music experiences. And it was at a junior high session when I was on permanent staff, and it was at the end of the week, and we were over at Gray Center, in the Gray Center Chapel. And there was we'd done a great Eucharist. It was the end of the week. Everybody was sad. You know how we get sad and we start crying about how we're leaving and all that kind of stuff. And there was like, what song are you going to play for the last song of camp at the camp Eucharist? And for some reason, I just turned open to page 1. The first song in the camp songbook is what, Emily?
wait, what?
Oh, not the first song. It's got to be the second. All God's Critters, right? We played All God's Critters, And junior
That's
high
like
kids.
4.
Song number 4. Well, what do I know? So we played All God's Critters, and it was like everybody became a 3rd and 4th grader again. Right? It was like in that moment, those junior high kids were all just like every animal as silly as they could be. And I just have this distinct memory of like just like I was leaping, frolicking as I was playing up at the altar. And yeah, it's probably the closest I've gotten to heaven, maybe playing a song for sure. So that's my experience. Do you have any cool camp memories of playing music? I see a head coming into the side of the frame. There he is.
Hey, Joe.
There he is. What a sighting.
Oh man, this is
You're
great.
looking good. You're looking good, especially sideways. It's a good look for you. We've got the whole Sabache family in the house.
Come on, let's go watch the Wheel of Fortune.
Hold on, let me shut the door.
Oh, okay.
Bring
Hurry.
Kitty. Where
Yeah.
are the cats?
Oh, that was such a tease.
No.
No, sorry.
Okay, should I have Chris Robinson and Whitney and Amy
Yeah.
and Soul stick
Get
their
all
heads
the people that come from the side.
in?
You said my favorite memory of playing music?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Do you have any like memories of playing a song at camp that was like awesome like that? I mean, I know there's so many good ones of doing like the Stations of the Cross and when people come back in.
Oh, I do have. I think one of my memories from permanent staff is, that I would get kids to play each week and whatever instruments they brought. And one year, I think it was a 5th and 6th grade session. Oh, actually, I think it was William. We called him Willie Sachs. And oh my gosh, what's his last name? I don't have any brains anymore. He was on permanent staff not too long ago.
William Boyles?
Yeah, I think this might have been him. Anyways, one of the kids had a saxophone, and so we called him Willie Sax, and I'm pretty sure it was William Boyles.
Was William Boyles on permanent staff? Did I miss that?
Wasn't he?
Oh,
Wasn't he? He was.
Ask
With
Chris-
Olivia Feeney and
No, you ask Chris later. I think we called him Willie Sax or Heather.
Okay.
But so we did A Million Faces, and we would work on it all week, and we did it for the Eucharist. And so between the saxophone and maybe there was a couple other guitars, and I had like been kind of like an orchestra director, a conductor, and like gotten him to play some of the notes between the verses or something, and it was really pretty. And I just remember really loving that. And so each week trying to incorporate, camper talents into it.
yeah, that's awesome. So my favorite memory of you and music, Emily, is always I guess it would have been at Happening or something. We were in high school, but you would sit down to a piano and you would start playing the Forrest Gump soundtrack song, with the feather is floating in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And that song is such a great melody to it that immediately, like, I'm just like, have to sit down and listen to it. And you play the piano beautifully too. So when did you start playing the piano?
That I played longer than the guitar. I started probably 4th grade learning the piano.
Yeah. You still play now?
I do. I don't play as much as I would like, again, because there is a thing that needs my attention when I start playing. When I start playing the piano, she needs my attention more.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or
I know how that goes.
you weren't talking about Joe?
and or either she's asleep in the room right next to the piano. So but I did A Million Faces on the piano for Annie's session, and that was fun. I did a little recording of it. It wasn't quite at Joe Robinson level, but it was still on the piano.
Well, try this for me. Next time, see if you can get her to play like she's floating like a feather around the room as you play the Forrest Gump song.
Just did the better.
Right.
Yeah.
And then put that like on Instagram or something. So yeah. Okay.
I'll do that.
Just a thought. Hey, Graham Ford, are you out there? What are you doing? What are you saying? I think he's making fun of you saying Willie Sachs.
He just asked if that's William Boyles and Jordan Sachs' offspring. LOL.
See.
No. There was something else I was gonna say, but I guess it was my first summer on permanent staff. That was when we gotten like a new songbook, and we'd gotten some of the songs back that we had lost. Like there was this year where we didn't have a lot of songs or something.
Yeah.
We didn't have copyright, and Unconditional Love was one of the songs that had come back, but no one knew it. So I had to like spend a lot of time that summer teaching it. And that was the summer we came up with, because the responses were always, give me your unconditional love. What? And then the next one, the kind of love I deserve, I think also used to be what when we were campers.
Mm-hmm.
But either Chris Robinson or somebody, like, we changed it to the okay, and like that just took off. And that was my first summer out there, was reteaching that song and bringing it back to life. So that was super fun.
Around the time that Lil Wayne became popular, right?
Surely that's why that happened, right?
Absolutely. And I can hear, Emily, your voice doing a Lil Jon impression. Like, that's how I hear it every time I hear Unconditional Love.
Oh, because
Is
that's
you being Lil Jon. Yeah.
Oh, it's Lil Jon, not Lil Wayne. Did
Yeah.
Lil Jon become before Lil Wayne?
Oh, no. Lil Wayne was first. Lil Jon's older, though.
I see. Well, thank you for that education
Sure.
in pop culture.
Let's talk about hip hop.
I'm sure Graham knew that already. All right. So, Emily, we asked you to play a song for us. I see that you got a guitar back there in the background.
Yeah, my song.
And you got that well used and well worn
God, I love that.
with your own notes in there.
Yeah.
That part hanging off the back edge. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like, I mean, there's just all kind of notes in here of like when to play stuff, and got this is I'll Fly Away, because that wasn't, in the songbook, and then this is Jesus Is on the Main Line from Taylor Grocery Band. Anyways, yeah, there's some good stuff in here, but now I forgot which one I was gonna do.
I was going to ask, which song are you going to play?
Well, so I said Lord I Want to Shine was one of the highlights, and then a lot of the ones with light in it I do like. That those all jump to mind. And one of them that I've never been able to sing because it's like out of my range. It's just, and the way the chords are, is one that you and Andrew McMillan did so well. And I wish I never hear that one at camp now. And it's the Light a Candle in the Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I could request one from you, that's what I would request but not now, but like in a chapel with a candle, like I miss that scene and that song from camp a lot. And no one can do, it's just not, I didn't do it because it's just that song.
It's a low range for a girl. It's a high range for a guy, right? So.
Right. And so that song and Deep, I don't know if they still do Deep, but Deep I never did, because I was just like, how is that going to sound coming from a girl? And be like, deep, deep. Like it was really hard to play. It was hard for me to play. So I didn't do that one either. But this was also one I recently, right before pandemic, fast happening music. It was so fun. And I was playing this song for, I guess it's Matthew Aiken, and he had never heard it, and it was the Let Your Light Shine, and that's the one I thought I would sing, because that was another one that Gray and Andrew and Patrick would do together, and it was so pretty. They would have harmonies too, so it was really, really pretty. But I don't know if anyone ever does this song much anymore, because they didn't even recognize it, like had never heard it.
Yeah, that's how songs go, right? At camp, if you have somebody that plays one song a lot, you pick up that, and then some songs get left behind. So this is great. So Let Your Light Shine. Who wrote that? Do you have that in front of you?
Oh, it's Fran McKendry and Williamson.
Right. Cool. So yeah, that's a great tune. And I'm going to take us off, Mary, so that just Emily can be seen. And thanks for sharing some music with us.
Yeah. Yeah, and it also just kind of, I feel like, speaks to me right now in these times of still living the quarantine life. At least over here we are, since we're both teachers and we're stuck at home. Lately, I see good fortunes pass you by, but I wish that you would try one more time. Maybe defeat would come as no surprise, but I wish that you would try one more time. Sometimes it seems like you never will succeed. From everything you've gathered, there's so little that you need. But come now, somehow, it's been done before. Just open up the door and let your light shine. But you might be thinking that there's no place for you, but I wish that you would look one more time. Oh, you might be thinking it's more than you can do, but I wish that you would try one more time. Sometimes it seems every moment is a test. Nothing in the outside world can put your mind at rest. But come now, somehow, it's been done before. Just open up the door and let your light shine. Oh, come now, somehow, it's been done before. Just open up the door and let your light shine.
Yeah. Tears. You know, it did like so. I saw Claire on there said it takes me back to 97. Takes me back to, I don't know, countless times in the chapel at the end of the day, as Complin's going and you're just kind of taking in what the day has done. I just love that feeling. And it makes me just think about like the power of music in general to capture emotions and to kind of put a like an exclamation point on the spirituality of the day and all that kind of stuff. Like no matter what the emotion is, whether it's excitement, whether it's kind of reflection or whatever it is. And camp music in particular, I mean, we've got these songs that really aren't popular anywhere else, but you know, you start in 3rd and 4th grade, and really, I guess, you know, there's somewhere like around 5th, 6th grade where they just like get into your heart and you got them, and really, you know, once it's there and you keep coming back, you know, you can see those junior high kids that can kind of sit there and talk to other people and not need a songbook and have all the words there. And it's just amazing how it can grab you and be so much a part of the experience. And so I guess I'm wondering about like, what do we have in the world that translates into something like that? I mean, there's certainly music, but you know, what do we have? But y'all have any ideas? Like, do we have, I mean, popular music, for me, popular music kind of, what do I want to say? It has a different like value set, or it has a different emphasis on, you know, it's not the same kind of thing. Not all popular music, of course, but am I going somewhere with this? I'm just kind of feeling like there's if I was going to play a camp song tomorrow in a public square, I don't know that it would have the same impact, but I would want it to, right?
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't. And I don't know, you have songs for, you know, pop songs that take you back to like a moment when you heard it. Like right now the one coming to my mind is like "Wanna Be a Baller," Shot Caller.
Oh,
That takes me back to like 10th grade, riding around in a car, whether that
Right.
Yep.
could
Right.
be in. And but the thing with camp is we all were in the same space probably when we maybe not heard it for the first time, but like had we had these, whereas everybody wasn't in that car with me listening to that song. So like it's a bigger connection is because we all have that experience of those songs in the same place and around the same time of our development and like formation. And so I think that's why they really like pull at us more probably than someone that just comes to camp for the first time as an adult, because I think the music that you're exposed to during your like formative teen years is just super significant for you.
Right.
And that's camp music for
You hit the nail on the head, I think.
Yeah. So we're always going to identify with the music of our generation as we were coming up. Right.
Right. Except this is so cool because it's the same for so many generations. So it connects us all like across ages because these kids, when they're at camp, they're listening to the same songs that we did for the most part, give or take a few. But I also have just been struck with a CJ memory and that related to music and thought everybody should do this.
Okay, good. It's that kind of memory. Good.
I don't know if you remember, I was a freshman in college, so you would have been a year older, and we were asked to go to
Oh yeah, Washington D.C. Yeah.
We were asked to go to Washington D.C. to lead music for, I don't know if it was happening, but it was I think it was like a week. Like it was
Right.
more than just.
I think it was Diocese of Maryland, maybe.
Yeah, and it was some weekend out at a camp, and it was not great. They weren't really like jiving with whatever we brought. But what my memory is that college CJ shows up to Millsaps because we have to fly out together. Doesn't have a guitar case for his like for the flight that we're about to take, is so wildly unprepared to take a trip across the country with the guitar. And I think there were several things that you just like weren't really prepared for, like having like.
Yeah, and the thing that you're noticing there is such an anomaly for the rest of my life, right? This is
Yeah.
nothing like your other experiences of me. So yeah, it would have stood out. I understand why you remember that.
Yes, and so there was no guitar case, and like I don't even know if you had a bag. You probably had to borrow a bag from like Tyler or somebody, and like
Hey dude, can you give me your bag, bro?
didn't know how to navigate the airport. Like I was like your mom on that trip, being like, CJ, we have to get into this terminal or whatever. Like it was just.
It might have been my first time to fly. So Golden Eagle, CJ, that's right.
Yes.
That's what Massingale says. That's when I was there. Yeah.
And then we
Talk
spent
about
the whole
formative years.
we spent the whole week kind of feeling like
Outsider.
real awkward, I think, at that camp. I don't know.
Like Oklahoma come to Mississippi trying to give us new beginnings.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
But what song did we get from them?
We got New Beginnings song and Let Your Light Shine.
Let your light shine bright through the night. That came from them.
Another light song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm just waiting for Annie to pop back out in the mirror.
That's why I'm leaving this
Yeah,
spot
that's
open.
Who's gonna pop up
Yeah,
next?
yeah.
Who else is listening? If you're listening and you're at Chris Robinson's house, which is where Mary is right now, celebrating Annie's birthday. Happy birthday, Annie. Then you need to make another appearance in the creepy mirror. You need to slowly open that door and reveal your creepy face to us. I'm just waiting for it to happen. What if Graham Ford came through that door right now?
Oh my God.
That would really freak you out.
Yeah.
All right. So, the great part about this is that, obviously we're all friends. And this time we just kind of rambled a little bit more, which I've enjoyed very much. And I'm just thinking how much I miss my friends, how much I miss camp, and how much I just wish that we could do this and all be sitting in the chapel right now as evening comes and do some Compline together and just kind of just kind of sit around and listen to the beautiful music of all our camp musicians that we've had through the years. I mean, just imagine if we could all be there. So, and I just want to kind of wrap it up by talking about our friend Chuck Culpepper again, who I'm going to bring up every night because we're kind of dedicating this week to him, and Will Hillier, those that have said we can bring camp into the world, which Chuck always preached to us at the end of the week. At Chuck's funeral service, we had a lot of camp musicians that were involved in the music there. And I just have to say that it's one of my new favorite camp music memories, just because we were all singing in love for Chuck. And it just was really a beautiful thing to be a part of. And so I just want to say, while I can say it, that I'm thankful for that. And Emily, you were there, so thank you for being there and getting up and singing with us too.
It was really, really fun, and I was not planning to get up there, but I was just like, no, that's where I need to be. If this is, who's up there, it was so good. It was so cathartic to sing up there with everybody. And one thing about Chuck and music is he was completely tone deaf.
He was a terrible singer. Oh gosh.
But he always sang. Like
It never stopped him. Yeah.
That's right.
And so that was also the beauty of camp, is like, no, you come out here and you sing these songs, and doesn't matter if you can carry it to it or not. And he would always sing.
Yeah. Well, I'm just hoping that, camp music will, I know that we've got a new generation of musicians, and we're going to always need for new musicians to come in and keep the fire going. So I want to encourage the younger generation to pick up whatever instrument you've got and share it with us. And we love you, and thankful for all our camp musicians over the years, and thankful for you, Emily. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, I really
And
appreciate
you, CJ.
Yeah. Thank y'all for asking me. The times we've done, the little bit we've done with camp music has been one of the few times I've played during quarantine time, and it really helps lift me out of the funk. So I need to do better at doing it, but it's more fun doing it with it all around me again.
You know what song that brought to mind? But whatever I do, it's more fun done with you.
That's another one that doesn't get played, and I loved that song.
I miss you when you go.
Song to a Butterfly, not to be confused with the Butterfly song.
Right.
Song to a Butterfly. I get it right. That's right. All right, so I am going to pray us out real quick because I forgot to last night, and Mary dutifully reminded me after we got done. Dutifully. So we're going to pray us out. I'm going to pray us out real quick. The Lord be with you.
Also with you.
Let us pray. God, thank you for tonight. Thank you for silliness and the courage to be silly in community. And thank you for the music that we share together, and for all the talent that we have in our community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I also noticed you forgot a physical challenge. You tired, bro?
Oh.
Tired of getting your butt whooped? Just kidding.
You got one? Do you have one, Mary? Do you have one ready?
No, I don't.
Wait,
All right.
Physical challenges?
We've been doing physical challenges. So the night before, Mary did the get a sock off on one, stand on one foot and try to get your sock off and back on. And then the night before we did a handstand. So what do you want to do? Push-ups, Mary?
Very different.
No, we can call it a night.
Oh, I found your
We can
weakness.
do handstand push-ups. I'll do that, but regular push-ups, I'm not so
Someone
good at.
told me this. I would have said, well, let's do plank the whole time we have this conversation.
Oh, is that
You should have,
Yeah. Well,
CJ.
Well, it sounds like we're not into the idea of a challenge tonight, but I think tomorrow we should do a push-up challenge. So Mary, I'll give you a little time to get your.
Can I do handstand push-ups instead?
Mary, beast. What?
I can't do a regular
I
push-up.
don't even know what a handstand push-up is. So yeah, sure. We'll do that.
We'll do a tutorial. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for watching, friends. Miss y'all. Love y'all.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I want a hug from Emily.